Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ari if you are new here. I am a figure collector and cosplayer, and today's video I just wanted to share with you my top 5 most favorite figures that I have in my entire collection, and just kind of share a little bit of my collection that I haven't shown on the channel yet, since I have quite a few figures that I got before I started filming on my unboxing videos. So some of these are figures that you will have already seen and some of them are new. I won't be showing these off in any particular order, since I can't really say for certain which is my number 1 and which is my number 5. So I kind of just love all of these figures equally, and looking at them makes me significantly more happy than some of the other figures in my collection. But I do love all the figures in my collection. This video was actually quite hard to decide on, since I am generally pretty picky about the figures that I buy. So I do love all the figures in my collection, but these ones just hold a very special place in my heart for different reasons. I guess I'll just start off with probably the most obvious one, and you can actually kind of see her over here already, and that is the Chi by Hobby Max, I believe. She is a 1/7 scale, and she's stunning. She's gorgeous. Chi is probably my most favorite anime heroine of all time. Chobits was one of the very first manga that I ever actually fully read, and I just adore Clamp's art style and all the really pretty and intricate little dresses that they draw Chi in. I just love it so much. I'm actually working on a cosplay of her right now, and I'm just, I don't know, I just love her so much. She's just so pretty and very gorgeous. This is definitely a stunning figure, and I wish they would make more figures of her, because I think there are so many good illustrations of Chi, and I feel like they could really capitalize on that. But alas, this is the only really good scale figure we have of her, and I was finally able to get her. My best friend got her for me for my birthday last year, and I'm so happy to have her in my collection and to finally say that I own her. She has been a grail of mine for a very long time. So if I was gonna say I have one figure in specific that is probably my most holiest holy grail, my most favorite figure in my entire collection, it would probably have to go to Chi, just because she holds a very special place in my heart and I just love her so much. So yes, I think she's probably definitely number 1, but I do love everything else in my collection quite a lot. Next up, we will talk about this 1/4 scale. So this is the 1/4 scale. I believe her name, or what they titled her, was Mako Kuro, the Nekomimi version, I think. This is a binding figure. She is kind of a bunny girl, but instead of bunny ears, she has cat ears and a cat tail. That's part of the reason I love her so much, because I know everybody is kind of on the hype train with the binding bunnies, but I always love it when we get something a little more unique and different. So I have a preference for cat girls, so obviously she has to make it onto this list. I just think she's really so adorable and very cute, and honestly she is sculpted very nicely. Her shoulder blades look so good, and she has a lot of nice details. The lace on her little outfit is actually in the shape of cats, and I just freaking love that. Also, I just really like her pose. It's pretty unique. You don't see a ton of figures posed like this, and it adds some nice height variation within the collection. So yes, I do love her quite a lot. I will be making sure to include B-roll of all of these figures as well. That way you guys can get a little bit of a better look at them. I'll probably include a B-roll section at the very end of the video, depending on how long this is. I'm not really sure. Otherwise, I might mix it into the video. But yes, I love her so much. She is just so cute, and I cannot resist a very adorable cat girl. So yes. Next up, I will briefly talk about these two. Technically it's two figures, but because they come together as a set, I'm going to include them as just one, and that is the Midori and I think Pink Sukumizu is just what they're called, if I'm not mistaken. These two are based on an illustration by Poyoyon Rock. I am a huge fan of Poyoyon Rock's art. They are the same person who does a lot of the animation for the Monogatari series. I knew that they would be an instant pre-order for me as soon as I saw their prototype, just because I think the whole concept is very adorable as well, and I love the little squirt gun. Super dynamic too, and Pink is probably my favorite. She looks so adorable, and I love how like flustered and embarrassed she looks. It's very cute. But overall, I just really like the composition of this figure, and I love the artist a lot, so this is why this figure makes it onto the list of my most favorite figures in my entire collection. Next up, I will be talking again about two figures, but it is of the same character, and I got them around the same time, so again, I'm going to be counting it as one. So that is going to be the Nana red bondage version and the Nana that is tied up in her swimsuit. I can't actually remember what this one is supposed to be called, but I love both of these figures very much. Nana Tukaru is probably one of my most favorite manga series ever, so yes, when I found out about these figures, I knew that I had to have them, and I was hunting for them for a really long time, and I was lucky enough to find both of them on Ami Ami's pre-owned section. I believe both of these are by Native as well. They're quite old figures, so their condition is honestly not too terrible, but it isn't the best that it could be, but I'm just happy to have them in my collection because I really love them. I actually initially wanted the black version of this Nana, but I saw the red version pop up on Ami Ami and I thought she looked just as good, if not better, so I ended up going with her instead. But I'm still debating on whether I want to pick up the black version as well. Might as well have all three, right? They haven't really made any other figures from the series other than the three that I already named, so I don't see why not just have all of them. And actually, Faku has recently started publishing the manga in English, so that's a really nice addition for anybody who really likes the series. I am collecting them. So yeah, I just love these two a lot. Love the story. Love Nana. She is very much she reminds me of myself a lot, so yes, I'm very happy to have these two figures in my collection, and they also hold a very special place in my heart, as they were Grail figures for me as well. So yeah. And last but certainly not least, we have the Mochakashia, and I cannot remember who this figure is manufactured by, but I will put it up on the screen, that way you guys can know. This is also quite an older figure, but it was another grail of mine, so I had been hunting for her for a while, and I finally found her for a somewhat decent price on eBay from Japan. She tends to be pretty expensive in the aftermarket, and it's kind of rare to find her, so I knew that I couldn't pass her up when I was able to find her for a decent price. And honestly, I would pay a lot of money for her, knowing how good her quality is for the, like, how old she is. Her sculpting is very nice, and the different paint finishes on her are just amazing. Everything looks so stunning and very accurate to the illustration that she's based on, and I just love the way that her hair like flows around her. She has a somewhat simple hairstyle, but I feel like the way they executed it makes it look a lot more interesting and just really pretty. And I also really love that her little cross kind of hangs freely in her hand. I think that's a nice touch as well. Again, this was another Grail figure of mine, so of course I have to have her on the list. She holds a special place in my heart as well, especially because Rosario Vampire is another one of my most favorite series, and they don't have very many figures from this series, so she is definitely a very prized possession. That is going to be my top 5. I keep doing that. My top 5 figures, not 10, 5. That's going to be my top 5 figures that I love the most in my entire collection. If you guys have any figures that you're really fond of, that you own, let me know. Or if you plan on buying any figures that you're very, very fond of, let me know, because I'm very interested to know. I like to know what other people are interested in, and to be able to talk to you guys about that, because I think it's fun to be able to share with others and talk about the things that we love. So yes. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, a comment, maybe subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Bye.